Imagine a world where the East and West were connected by a vast network of trade routes that spanned thousands of miles. A place where cultures collided, goods were exchanged, and ideas flourished. This is the story of the Silk Road, a legendary path that shaped civilizations and left an indelible mark on history. Welcome to our journey through the annals of history as we explore the fascinating Silk Road, a route that was more than just a trade path. It was a bridge between worlds. In this video, we'll uncover the origins, the rise and fall, and the enduring legacy of this incredible network. So, let's dive right in. The origins of the Silk Road. The story of the Silk Road begins in the 2nd century BCE during the Han Dynasty in China, a time when the empire was expanding its borders and influence. This period marked the beginning of one of the most significant trade networks in human history. But why was it called the Silk Road? Well, the name itself gives us a clue. Silk, a luxurious and delicate fabric produced exclusively in China, was one of the most sought-after commodities in the ancient world. The process of making silk was a closely guarded secret, and its rarity made it highly valuable. Chinese silk was highly prized in the Roman Empire, where it symbolized wealth and status, so much so that it became the driving force behind the establishment of trade routes across Central Asia, connecting distant civilizations in a complex web of exchange. But silk wasn't the only thing that traveled along this route. Spices from India, precious metals from Persia, gemstones from Central Asia, art from Greece, and even technological innovations like paper and gunpowder from China made their way from one civilization to another. What's fascinating is that the Silk Road was never a single road, but rather a vast network of interconnected trade routes that stretched over 7,000 miles, linking China to the Mediterranean and beyond, reaching as far as Africa and Europe. These trade routes weren't just about commerce. They were the arteries that pumped life into the empires and kingdoms they connected. From the fortified walls of the Great Wall of China to the bustling markets of Baghdad, the Silk Road was the lifeline of ancient economies, facilitating not only the exchange of goods but also ideas, cultures, and knowledge. It was through these routes that Buddhism spread to China, Islam reached Central Asia, and Greek art influenced Buddhist sculpture, creating a rich tapestry of cultural interactions that would shape the course of history. The rise and flourishing of the Silk Road. As we move into the first millennium CE, the Silk Road reached its zenith during the Tang Dynasty in China and the Islamic Golden Age. The Tang Dynasty, with its capital in Chang'an, modern-day Xi'an, became the heart of the Silk Road. Chang'an was a cosmopolitan city where merchants from Persia, Arabia, and beyond would gather, exchanging goods and ideas. The Islamic Golden Age, which flourished between the 8th and 14th centuries, played a pivotal role in the expansion of the Silk Road. The Abbasid Caliphate, with its capital in Baghdad, became a major hub of learning, culture, and trade. Scholars, scientists, and philosophers from different cultures exchanged knowledge that would shape the course of history. The Silk Road wasn't just about trade, it was a conduit for knowledge. Chinese inventions like paper and gunpowder made their way to the West, while mathematical concepts from India and the Middle East traveled eastward. This exchange of knowledge laid the foundation for many of the scientific and cultural advancements we take for granted today. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. The Silk Road was fraught with dangers, treacherous deserts, towering mountain ranges, and the constant threat of bandits. Yet, despite these challenges, traders and travelers continued to brave the journey, driven by the promise of wealth and the allure of distant lands. Cultural exchanges and the spread of religions. One of the most profound impacts of the Silk Road was the cultural exchange it facilitated. Along with goods, ideas, and beliefs traveled these routes, leading to a rich tapestry of cultural interactions. Buddhism, which originated in India, spread to China and Central Asia along the Silk Road, influencing art, architecture, and spiritual practices across the region. Christianity, Islam, Zoroastrianism, and other religions also spread along the Silk Road, leaving their mark on the diverse societies they encountered. The road became a melting pot of cultures, where art, literature, and traditions blended to create something entirely new. This cultural melting pot gave rise to unique art forms, such as the Greco-Buddhist art of Gandhara, which combined Hellenistic and Buddhist elements. The Silk Road also influenced language and cuisine, with spices, fruits, and culinary techniques making their way across continents. In many ways, the Silk Road was the world's first globalized economy, where the exchange of goods went hand in hand with the exchange of ideas, leading to the cross-pollination of cultures that enriched societies from east to west. The decline of the Silk Road. But like all great things, the Silk Road's golden age eventually came to an end. Several factors contributed to its decline. By the 15th century, the rise of maritime trade routes began to overshadow the once thriving land routes. European explorers like Vasco da Gama found sea routes to Asia that were faster and less dangerous. The Mongol Empire, which once protected and promoted trade along the Silk Road, began to fragment, leading to instability and insecurity along the route. Additionally, the spread of the Black Death in the 14th century devastated populations along the Silk Road, further diminishing its importance. The advent of the Age of Exploration marked the beginning of the end for the Silk Road. The discovery of new trade routes across the seas shifted the balance of global trade, leading to the eventual decline of this historic path. By the 17th century, the Silk Road had all but disappeared, leaving behind a legacy that would be remembered for centuries to come. While the physical road may have faded into obscurity, its impact on history remains undeniable. The enduring legacy of the Silk Road. Today, the Silk Road is not just a relic of the past. It continues to inspire modern initiatives and projects aimed at reviving its legacy. China's Belt and Road Initiative, for example, seeks to re-establish trade routes across Asia, Africa, and Europe, echoing the spirit of the ancient Silk Road. The Silk Road also lives on in our cultural memory. It's a symbol of the interconnectedness of our world, a reminder that even in ancient times, people were connected by the desire to trade, learn, and explore. Cultural festivals and academic research continue to celebrate the Silk Road, recognizing its role in shaping the world as we know it today. It's a testament to the power of human connection and the enduring legacy of the routes that once linked East and West. The Silk Road may no longer be a bustling trade route, but its spirit lives on in every corner of our globalized world. It's a story of adventure, exchange, and the unquenchable human thirst for discovery. So, as we reflect on the history of the Silk Road, we see more than just a network of trade routes. We see a path that connected worlds, a bridge that brought together cultures, and a legacy that continues to influence our lives today. Whether it's through the exchange of goods or ideas, the spirit of the Silk Road reminds us that we are all part of a larger global community. Thank you for joining us on this journey through time. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content that explores the stories that shaped our world. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and remember, the road to knowledge is endless.